exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein.
Yeah, that's America. America exercising the beast. The first beast was the Roman Empire, which the Roman Empire did nothing but hold up the gods of the Greeks. All right? Go ahead.
And causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Go ahead.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh the fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right? Go ahead. See, that's another way he amazed the people, man, and got people in awe and got people shook, because he rained fire from heaven. Keep going.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, exactly, man. And that's the point right there, because he brought out miracles, man. Miraculous things occurred to what? You know, to mesmerize the people, man. Read that last part again. Read that verse again with the miracles.
Verse 14, it's Revelation 13 and 14. He deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power.
He deceiveth them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of his miracles, man. All right, the RFID chip, all his great weaponry. All right. You know, something basic as the TV, if you will. You know, which is nothing new under the sun. We know where that originates from. However, to him, to the rest of the world, it's a great miracle, man. Remember back in the day, you had drive-in movie theaters. You know, you turn to a specific radio station, and everybody can listen to it, and then there'd be a big screen there. Well, that's some nice shit right there. You know, motherfucker, he's making food out of nothing. You know, he had a lot of these trees is fake. You know, Esau is going ballistic. You know, with his blessing, and he's deceiving the people by it. Keep going.
By the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, keep going.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, the structure. You know? Because of these miracles, because of these great devices that he comes up with, it's an image that comes with it. It's a philosophy that comes with it. So people start to believe in it. That's why I said it gave life unto the image of the beast. Christianity, all right? He actually he turned the Most High from dark-skinned to so-called white. That's a part of his miracle, and everybody believes it. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, go ahead, see, that's the power that he has in his hand. So that if you're not with his philosophy, he's gonna kill you. That's an act that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is gonna emulate, not emulate, that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is gonna actually fulfill when Yahweh Shai returns on the earth. Basically to get down and lay down premise. Now when Esau implements it, people are gonna have in their mind like, yo, he has to be the Most High. He has to be the power of heaven and earth. Because look, the one who we thought God was is actually allowing this to happen. But not knowing it's from the Most High to give the power unto the so-called white man to make his image live and have life. Go ahead.
And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
See, now he's causing all, both small and great, rich and poor. Why? Because he already laid, amongst that, his law is get down and lay down. All right? Go ahead.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
See, that has nothing to do with Christianity. All right? That has nothing to do with, you know, whatever they say it is. You know, that's the mark there is talking about the fulfillment of his system, man. The fulfillment of the image of the beast. Now, if you want to say that Christianity is the image of the beast, that's correct. But the actual mark of the beast all right, is going to make the image of the beast jump, all right, for a point in time, man. All right, because when you go back to Job, what does it say? It says that what? When he begin to fulfill his belly, then shall he be in straits. You ain't got to get it. Keep going where you got it.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah, that's when people are gonna do null and void with the Most High. A lot of people besides the elect, and they're gonna believe in man. They're gonna believe in that image.
Yeah.
Why? Because he actually put the mark in people. He has the control now of the people. The mark represents the control of the people, man. All right? People can easily say, well, I'm a Christian, and then turn around and say, I'm not a Christian anymore.
Yeah.
Once you put that mark in your hand, that's it. You bow down to the image of the beast now by taking the mark of the beast. All right? You want to say something?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah. Because I was thinking like that. We're going up against the belief in this system, the belief in the beast. The majority of these people are given to the beast, man.
Did that though.
You know? And ultimately, the belief in the beast comes with a mark, the actual mark, man. An actual chip. An actual microchip to participate in the beast's system.
Yeah, exactly. In his image. All right? Because the image, what's that movie? Remember, Elysium, was it? Where everybody jumped well, the Edomites lived in this colony, and they had everyone else working.
Yeah, Elysium.
That's Elysium. I forget what the word Elysium means, but it's a long. But basically, that's the image. That they're the guys, they're sitting on high, and you gotta work for them.
Yeah.
That's the image.
Yeah, basically accepting slavery.
Yeah, accepting slavery.
Accepting slavery again. See, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, idiots, man. You don't know the truth, man. You take that chip, you're accepting your bondage again. You're accepting slavery again, man.
Yeah, see, that goes into the craftiness and the miracle of Esau. Essentially, instead of saying, here, take these shackles, let me put it around your neck, put it around your chain, let me take your child. No, you want to eat, you got to take this chip. It's the same concept.
Your fathers were brought over here to serve cargo slave ships against their will.
Yeah.
Now you're willingly accepting
Yeah.
what your fathers were forced to do, man.
Exactly. Go ahead. Bring out 6 and 10, yup.
This is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right?
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. Yeah, let me say something real quick. Cut. That's the spirit. But all in all, because that goes into what you're saying, because of the principalities, man. That's what we fighting. It's a spiritual fight now. It's whether or not is your spirit willing to take on these new chains? You know, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, well, put my thought. But I was just saying that you got Edomites in high places praying that this chip get implemented, man.
That's the principalities,
praying
man.
Praying that we can get Jake out, get these people to take the chip, man.
Right. That's right, man. Because they know if hypothetically if they were to do that, then they would get the blessing that they lost in the long run. All right?
Yep.
Because that goes back to Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, I mean the whole story bases around Jacob and Esau, man. That's what it's all about, man. Jacob and Esau, man. That's it.
Yeah, I remember Apostle Tar said that a while back. He said Jacob is the stake, and then Jacob is the stake. All right. I forget what else he said, but he said, the meat and the potatoes. The potatoes is Esau, and then after that you just throw whatever, mixed vegetables, asparagus, whatever. It's just like the extra. But essentially, when you have a meal, it's meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
And you see Bushwick yet? A movie called Bushwick?
No.
Yeah, Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Right?
Yeah. All hell breaks loose in Bushwick.
Well, you talking about? I know what you're talking about. Don't say it. Damn, the riots. The Edomites. You talking about? It was a riots. Shit.
It was martial law. It's a movie.
It's in the 80s. It took place in the 80s.
No, it's new. It's new.
No, I'm saying, did the actual setting take place in the 80s?
No. It's recent,
I can't
more
think
recent.
of his name, man. But he died in Brooklyn. It was a Edomite. It was some rats. It was some Edomites that killed a Jake in Brooklyn in Bushwick, and that started basically a race riot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this movie, the bitch get off the train. Her and her boyfriend get off the train, and the train is shut down, and all hell is breaking loose in Bushwick. Shit. You got the martial law. The police got buses. They got school buses. You know, and they cuffing people up to put them in the school bus to take them off, I guess, to a concentration camp. You got gangs just shooting people, looting and riding, you know. And the chick boyfriend gets knocked off quick, man. She's about to get raped by some Jake.
That was, I think. Oh, no. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. You should watch it, man. Bushwick, all hell is breaking loose in America, man. In Bushwick, Brooklyn.
It's on Netflix.
And it's on the box. Cody got it. But it's alright, man. It's alright. Just all hell is breaking loose. The police, they going up in the schools and shit. They just shooting people, man. Now the police, they wearing black masks and stuff like that. Gurkha troops.
Okay.
They shooting. You got niggas shooting with their little shotguns and stuff. Drive-bys, they shooting up cops and shit. It's good, man. Just watch it. All Out War in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You know?
And that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually gonna be people they're sick and tired of this shit, so they're gonna start fighting against it.
Well, they're gonna tell people to stay in their homes because they show you stay in your homes. When you listen to the radio says stay in your homes until you get an evacuation point or extraction point set up. And these people, they're gonna stay in their homes in their ignorance, man. And they're gonna volunteer to go right into a concentration camp.
Hey, well, Demolition Man was a good. It's a good image to see to where how it's going to be at in the end. You know, because it was you had all the white collars and the prissy people on top of the on the earth, like on the streets and stuff. But underneath, you had the rebels, you had the anti-government people, the people that's not with the system, and that's going to happen. There's people gonna be underneath in the sewers, chilling and shit because they hiding from these troops looking to gather
They
them
gonna
up.
be fighting raccoons and shit, man. They gonna catch hell in that motherfucker. But that goes back into the miracles as well. Why is that? Because Esau is actually showing you in the movies before he actually does it, man. So that's a mind fuck to someone, especially young children. I'm talking about under the age. More so under the age of 7. But then even later on, a little after 7. But if a child under the age of 7 sees something like that, sees something on a movie, then actually sees it actually happen, that's gonna be that's a mind fuck, if you will. That's why them baby boomers is jacked up. They seen the World War II and Esau thriving and then winning the war, dropping bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's why them baby boomers, man. Ain't no hope for them, yo. Because why? They was mind fucked, man. That's why they coming out all here now. A lot of baby boomers is coming up with liver disease and all kind of crazy stuff, man. Why? Because they just want to experiments on it. Every generation is an experiment. That's why they categorize it, man.
Your social security number, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ak.
That's the way to distinct,
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is giving us signs to show you that this day is coming. The day of the Lord is coming, man. He's giving you signs and showing us things spiritually, and in the heavens, man.
Right, go ahead.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is going to be a cruel day, man. Cruel and vicious.
Both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Yeah, so the Lord is coming to destroy the sinners out of the land, man. Sin is a transgression of the law, man. The laws are contained in the Bible, man.
Yeah, it's mainly talking about the man of sin. Edomites, man. Look at the back of that Edomite's neck. Edomite.
Bread. Hey, man, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Al
Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Al
Look,
Shai.
these is mysteries that the majority of the world is not going to understand until it comes to pass, man. You know?
Yeah, that's why the scripture says what? Then shall they know that a prophet has been amongst you. Why? Because the things that we see are far off. Not a forward time. What's the other one? You say something that's a far off. I forget.
Before the time?
Yeah, before that time. Now, the things that we say, that we prophesy about, we can see vividly. We can actually see it.
Yeah, foreseeing.
You know, the things that we foresee is far off. Boy, that's what the scriptures say. Can you get that for me real quick? Ezekiel 18, I think. You know?
Yeah. Things that are far off.
12 and 25.
Ezekiel 12:25 says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged."
Yeah, it shall no more be prolonged. Because our forefathers were coming out here. Let's go back, not too far back. Let's go back to the 60s, man. All right? Abba Bivens, you know, all the way down to King Marshall, Elder Ariyah. They were doing the work in the 60s and in the 70s and the 80s. Scripture says no more being prolonged. You seen a sign in the heaven. You know, the eclipse, that was a sign. All right, keep going.
It says, "It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power." Yep. It says again, "The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come."
See, they of the house of Israel, the vision that we see, that Ezekiel seen, that's a far off. Keep going.
Yeah. It says, "The vision that he seeth is for many days to come."
Right.
And he prophesieth of the times that are far off.
See, but we can see it. We can see it. We can touch it. We can feel it. You know, we can taste it, if you will. You know. Because and the thing is, we got the in-depth details about it, man. All right, we know exactly what to look for, and it's coming to pass. Brother sent me a video. Well, I didn't actually watch the video, but he sent me I seen the heading and everything. It said basically a church pastor is pushing the chip. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I got it today. You know, Jake got to do whatever he got to do before he come here, so I wasn't able to watch it. You know, but all in all, you know, that's what we're looking for, man. Those false prophets to arise, man. All right, and when they start pushing Jake into the system, into the image of the beast, by actually taking the mark. All right, that's a major prophecy, man.
Another major prophecy is us being persecuted for this word's sake, man.
Right.
That's another prophecy that has to take place. Men, you actually have to see men out pushing this word, you know, on the mainstream media, on posters, billboards, talking about, you know, we're speaking lies, or you got to be persecuted, man. That's part of the prophecies, man. And that's something that should build your faith, man. When people are talking against us, man. When it seems like the whole world is speaking against us, calling us liars and stuff like that, man. It's part of the prophecies, man. It's part of what the scripture said will happen, man.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they'll scourge you in their synagogues.
Yeah, this has to take place again. It took place back then when Yahweh Shah was on the scene. You know, you probably had you had guys coming into this faith talking about, you know, I'm down with it, but they were men that were secretly handing up true believers to the synagogues, man, to be persecuted, man. These type of things are going to take place, man. You're going to have false brethren coming in, like, I'm down with this, but secretly they were Esau, man.
Yep, because all fractions, I don't care if you come up here, you really with ISUPK or IUIC, you secretly with Esau, man. That counts as being with Esau too, right? Because Esau got his hand in all these other fractions, man.
Yeah, because
let me not say all of them, you know, because you probably got some that are out there that are ignorant, you know, sincerely don't know, all right? But for the most part, a lot, the major fractions, like the ones I named, ISUPK, IUIC, GOCC, by far, you know, you take away the name of the Lord, you know, you do gimmicks on the true men of the Lord, all right?
This is Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Self-explanatory, man. Though hand join in hand, you dudes, and that apply to dudes in Israel, man, that claim to be Israelites that are down with Esau. Though you join hand in hand with the wicked, you know, the seed of the righteous is going to be delivered, man. The wicked is going to be destroyed, man. They're not going to go unpunished, man. And one thing about the beast, the system of the beast, they know how to apply pressure, man. They know how to apply pressure, man. Esau has years and years of applying pressure on various groups, you know, various types of people, man. They know how to apply pressure, man.
Come on.
The seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Yeah, that's right, man. Go ahead. You got something?
Back to 10. This is verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Yeah, so some men in this faith are going to be brought before different governors, different heads of state, different politicians for a testimony of this word, man. You know, and the scriptures tell us, look, we don't even have to think about what we're going to say, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish it. Go ahead. It tells you why.
Verse 20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
That's right.
So the same spirit that the prophets had, that spirit is going to be upon you to speak to these politicians, to speak to these, you know, these different heads of state. You know,
but I don't really follow
speak to these different heads of state and tell them, man, what it is. Tell them, you know, what's going on. Condemn them. Like I said, you don't even have to think about what you're going to say. When that specific hour, that specific moment comes, you're going to know what to say through the spirit, man.
Right.
I got the infamous GMS scripture right here. This is AKA the men of the Lord. This is Matthew, Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
That's
man, that's the point right there, man. Because we have comfort. See, now if you thinking what to say and going crazy, then you don't got the true comfort. Why? Because you didn't study the scriptures. That's first and foremost. And you don't believe in the scriptures. When you believe in the scriptures, you know, look, I'm gonna just let the Most High do his thing. All right? But now when you start thinking too much and you ain't then what? Now you don't have faith. Because faith essentially really means to know. All right? Get real quick. Hebrews 11 and 1.
Dang.
You know? Real quick, let him get this. Then bring your precept. All right?
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1.
Right?
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, when you have evidence on something, when you lock someone up, what are you doing? Why do you lock someone up? Why do the judges in these court systems lock people up? Based upon what? Based upon evidence. Saying, look, when in a righteous system, of course, look, I got the evidence, you did this, you did that, now we locking you up, yada, yada, yada. Why? That gives you that tells you what? That I know. And you know it's the key word, well, you know it's you can fluctuate that word, evidence, for what?
Proof.
Evident.
Oh, God.
Same thing. It's evident. When something is evident, that means you know. Essentially, you know what? Let's just look it up real quick. One of y'all brothers look it up for me, Baba Bashar. All right? Because when Peter was walking on water, he looked at Yahweh Shai, and he knew that if something was to happen as he was looking at Yahweh Shai, that he was going to be good. Then when he started to look other ways, he didn't. That's when that doubt came in.
Because he wasn't looking no more.
Yeah, he wasn't looking no more. But essentially, he knew that I'm good now. I can just keep going. And if you stayed on that path, you're all right. You're all right. All right? So faith essentially means to know. You know how else we know? Why? Because the scripture says what? Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. Which the word knowledge means to what? It means to know. The stability is what? When you go into the Hebrew, Amawan, which means faith. The substance of faith is what you know. All right? What we know is that this thing happened before. How do we know? Because we're acting it out now. Everything that we read in the scriptures, we're acting it out now. That's how your faith becomes higher. The more and more you read the scriptures. Scripture says what? Blessed is he who readeth. Why is the blessed he who readeth? Because it imparts you understanding. All right? Look, we read the scriptures already, man. We know that Sodom and Gomorrah got cooked to a crisp. All right? So when somebody comes by here doing a little thing, we don't fret. We don't worry. Matter of fact, the scripture says that as well. You know?
Right now, when evildoers, that's like
exactly.
37, Psalm 37, yeah.
Oh, that's a different one. I'm thinking about, but let's get that one anyway. Go ahead. Brothers, get what y'all got.
Like the brother said, mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah. Like when you read 2 Peter's, I think it's 2 and 3, 2 and 6, something like that. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow. And it talks about they were made an example for them after that should live ungodly.
Well, what was that movie that came out? It was I believe it was a Roman city. It got cooked.
Oh yeah, Pompeii.
Pompeii, right? Pompeii, which basically was another example of Sodom and Gomorrah. So the Most High, Sodom and Gomorrah was the first of its kind. There was other places that got cooked as well. There's other places that get jacked up by not keeping the law when they don't keep the law, statutes, commandments. Look how the so-called white man got this country. By that itself. Why? Because the so-called Native American Indians, which are the Gadites, the Reubenites, were not keeping the law, statutes, commandments to how they were supposed to. So the Most High brought the so-called white man to bring judgment on them. All right? So the so-called white man's getting ahead of himself. Now he thinks he can do whatever he wants. I want the world, we can do whatever we want. Guess what? We know that same judgment is coming on you.
That's right.
Well, we read it.
Yeah. We read it and we can see it.
Yeah, they don't think they can be touched, man.
Right.
You know, the top politicians, they put that illusion, that we can harm anybody. They putting sanctions on Venezuela now.
Well, get Revelation 18, I think it's 7. I sit a queen, who shall bring me down? Go ahead, bring out. You got something, right? Go ahead.
This is Psalm chapter 13, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, how long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my own soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? How long shall Esau be exalted over us, man? And the Lord, for the time that the Lord bring them down,
Yeah. But see, King David was sighing and crying because he understood the judgment of the Lord. He understood that the Most High brings judgment, man. All right? So that's essentially why he's, how long? And that's the same thing that we're saying. But the Lord is showing us how long. Through his word, man. Through his prophets. So we know it's not much longer. All right? All this confusion on the earth. You think the Most High is going to just chill with this? I knew that in the world. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, I knew that in the world. I knew that something was going to happen. Even in the world, I said, man, the Most High ain't happy with America, man. The Most High ain't happy because shit, that was like 2004, and I remember thinking of that, man. And shit was buck wild then. Man, 2000 fucking almost 18. This place, you know, the Most High's like, man, listen, you know? Go ahead.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
This is Revelations 18, I'm gonna start at verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
Right?
Reward her even as she rewarded you, double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled, filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
She hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, meaning delicately, meaning she's cruising. She can do whatever she want to do. Go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
I think it's go to Jeremiah 50 and 7. You know, because it's the same concept, but it says something a little different there. I think it's Jeremiah 50 and 7.
I got you.
You got it? Bring it out if you got it.
There's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7.
There you go.
It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
There you go. I shall be a lady forever. Go ahead.
So thou that didst not lay these things to thy heart,
Right.
neither didst remember the latter end of it.
See, they didn't lay it. She didn't lay it to her heart. She doesn't remember the latter end. Meaning she didn't count the cost.
Yeah.
You know? You reap what you sow. Go ahead. I think it's a little more. Go ahead.
It says, verse 8, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, thou sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
See, that's the one. That's the where I want to. Thou sayest that I am, and no one else. All right. Because America thinks that it can't be taken down. The so-called white man, you know, that's why the scriptures goes into the excellency of the Chaldees. The excellency of the Chaldees, they thought themselves to be the highest magicians, and no one else was wiser than them. All right? But you see what happened? We see that all through the scriptures. And then when you go to Esau and National Geographics and the History Channel, they depict what actually happens. Show you how these societies and their great wise men failed them. All right? Keep going.
Verse 8, it says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that didst, that dwellest carelessly, that say in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Right?
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
See, neither shall I know the loss of children. Meaning she ain't gonna be harmed, man. She ain't gonna see no sorrow. When a woman loses her children, that's a state of sorrow. All right? Is it more? Go ahead.
Verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
See, for the multitude of thy sorcery. Give Malachi 3 and 5. Bring that out again, that last part.
Verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood.
Yeah, the loss of children and widowhood, meaning you're going to lose everything.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah, for the great abundance of thine enchantments. And that's what we was talking about earlier. Her miracles, man. Esau and his miracles. All right? The food, you know, that's an enchantment. The TV, your school system, all right? All this is an enchantment. All right? You got more?
Yeah,
You probably keep, yeah, go ahead.
It says, verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
See? The wisdom of your heart has perverted you. All right? Just like going back to the ancient Chaldees, man. And the Most High likened the so-called white man and his wise men, mainly the elites, you know, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, you know, the Oppenheimers, you know, the Vanderbilts, you know, the top families that have prospered on this earth. And they did it through enchantment. They did it through witchcraft. They did it through sorceries. All right?
Yeah, they do.
Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, they do all these types of rituals on the Bohemian Grove, you know?
Yeah,
They got movies on it. There's this movie called Eyes Wide Shut.
Right.
Where pretty much in the movie that shows you how these elites, you know, how they do their rituals, man. And it's nothing but wickedness, man.
Yeah.
You know? Bunch of homosexual acts, bunch of just complete outrageous wickedness, man.
Yeah, the Most High is making you spill the beans, you so-called white people, man. He's making you tell on yourself. You know? That's why they got mad. Remember that guy said the internet should never have been created. Remember the apostles always bring that out. It was some politician or it was a Rockefeller? Khan, yeah. See? He said the internet should have never been created. Why? Because it's exposing this society, the structure of this earth, man. How it's really being ran. All right, YouTube. All right. If there's more, go ahead. You got more or something else?
Yeah, it was up a little bit.
Go ahead.
It says, Isaiah 47 verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
See?
You know?
Go ahead, speak on it.
Yeah, good, because, you know, like the brother was just saying, these Edomites are pretty much telling on themselves, you know? All of their wickedness is being exposed to the public, man. Everybody's seeing these devils for who they truly are, man. You know? The devil that the Bible speaks of. You know?
I got something. This is